Hey guys, Chad with BAKO'S Custom Lawn again, and got another video for you. I've been kind of behind in doing this one, but the speed feed head for the steel trimmers, well, I think it's actually an Echo speed feed head, but I've been wanting to, I've already put one on my 70R, but I want to do it on the 91, the 91R as well. So I just wanted to kind of do a quick video, how-to video on putting these on. I see a couple of guys having some trouble, and to be honest, it's been a couple of years since I put the one on the 70R, so I'll probably have a little trouble too. But there's a bunch of adapters inside the packaging, so it's fairly easy. You just gotta put it together. But the reason I'm changing it out, I mean, the steel one's okay. It just it's just a real pain in the butt to load it. With the Echo speed feed head, you just line up, you just line it up to where you can see daylight through it, and you just stick the trimmer line through it, and then you can just twist the head and just put it right in. So it's super fast, and it's pretty nice. So I just hadn't got it done for my 91R yet, so that's what we're going to do today. It's kind of a how-to video. I'm going to try and position this camera to where you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, and there's both of them there. So it's the bottom one that we're going to be doing, and I may just take it out of the rack too. And so let's just get started here to even further my point more. So there's a little rod that you got to stick down in there to take this stupid thing off. So it's kind of a pain, and so that's why it's coming off. So kind of make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Get this moved over here, get it down, maybe where you guys can see what I'm doing here a little bit better. But anyway, it's pretty simple. You stick the little rod down in there, you spin it around till it gets in there. I don't know why it's not falling in there. There it goes. Okay, so basically you stick that little rod in there, you spin it until it stops, and then you can go ahead and tighten it or take it off. So we're taking this thing off of here, right? Comes right off. Simple deal. Now that's that. I'm gonna probably just take this trimmer line off of here. Let's make sure that I keep this thing on here. It keeps trying to vibrate off. Turn it over. Okay. Now you guys can see what I'm working with here. Okay, so yeah, just take that off. This piece comes off. I don't know if we need to take that off. I'm going to take this stuff off of here, this trimmer line, because you gotta, when you put this on here, you gotta put it on one, and then you gotta wrap it around this other one, and then you gotta try and hold it all stable while you're trying to keep it from unspooling on you. So we're just gonna scrap this whole deal here. Let's get this back on here. Nope, I haven't been a fan of the steel heads, so that's somewhere where they can definitely improve, I would say. So there, it's all back together again. If I ever decide I want to use it again, I don't know where to find it. So now you got to reach around up here and find the. Hey, there's my one off my 70R. Okay, so this is what it is right here, guys. So if you can see that, it's basically the Echo speed feed head, and basically says speed feed 400, bump feed head, reloads in seconds, professional's choice. Now that's pretty much all true. So basically you can put your line on here super easily. And let's see if I can get that a little closer so you guys can see it better. But that's basically what it is. I'm gonna get this thing opened up, see if I can remember how to get this thing put on there. So might be a little different than the 70R. Seems like all these steels are just a little bit different here. Alright. Oh, it's even got some trimmer line already on there. How handy. I'll probably burn through it pretty fast, but yeah, that's what it comes with. It's probably not a very good line. And then you've got a little compartment here with all these little attachments and stuff on here. I'm just going to kind of turn this down so you guys can see what I end up doing. But throw all this away. It's all garbage. I'll save my head. You never know. I mean, maybe one of these ends up breaking down or something. Or I heard the little button on these, sometimes they get wore out or whatever. So, you know, it just might be handy to hold on to. So you get a little bag full of different kind of things, adapters and whatnot. You get these two things here. And so right now I can't remember what I ended up using here. I don't think this comes off. I think this part stays on. You got to have some sort of an adapter here to, let's see here. Yeah, so there's a spacer in here. Kind of checking on what I used on my 70R. So it looks like it's the green one. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So it looks like the green one and a little spacer of some kind. Okay, let me see. So the little plastic, oh yeah, that little plastic spacer is on there. So the little plastic spacer and the green insert. So now that green deal's in there. Took the white one out, or no, the brass one out. And then all this has got to go back together, which I'm probably just going to take all this line off of here because I'll probably save it in case I need some, but I don't need this on here right at the moment. It's just in my way to get rid of that. So looks like it's plugged with something. I want to see if I can't run some of this trimmer string through here just before I stick it back on, which it's all bent up because it was on here. Yeah, guys, I try and show you guys the real unedited versions of this. That way you can see the frustration sometimes. There we go. Okay, so it goes just straight through there. So that's all I needed to know. And I know I got the internal part set up correctly. This thing now turns like it's supposed to. So that's basically it. And what's kind of confusing about this is you stick this other part in here first, right? You got to take the brass piece out, and it's hard to get out of there. You got to beat it out of there pretty much, okay? So you get that out of there, and then you stick this green one in, right? So let me take this back apart so you guys can see what the inside of this looks like. But yeah, it's kind of a pain. So you get that in there like that, so it looks just like this. And basically the green part's in here. So we stick that back in there like this. Okay, and then we stick it down in here like this, lining up these little holes right here, which are a pain too. And then it goes back together, right? Then This little thing's got grooves in it. Sorry guys, I'm not very good with the camera, but anyway, this thing's got grooves in it, which line up with these grooves, if you can see that. So basically that's what it does. And then when you're putting your string on, what makes this easy is once you get this lined up, a little thing here. Okay guys, so this goes down. I didn't feel that before, but there's a little spacer there that holds it in the middle. So you got to make sure you get it with this part up. Okay. All right, so that's in the spacer. And just gently twist this thing on here. Now my dang rod probably fell out of its little hole here. No, it's in there. Okay. So anyway, just to get everything lined up just so. And it's got to be just so. This is not, and you got to kind of hold the bottom twisty deal to tighten it, because obviously this whole head turns once it's on there. And just get it tightened up as much as you can. Okay. Good enough. So anyway, guys, that's it. I mean, talk about giving you a migraine or whatever, but because I'm going to put some line on here. So I already lined this up, so you should be able to just stick the line right through. And the whole purpose of this video was to show you how easy it is to change the line on these versus just the regular steel line. So anyway, as you guys can see, I'm just using a shorter line here, so it's basically the one that was already in there. But anyway, you guys can see that it just goes through there like that, and then you just kind of want to match it up so it's even. So now it's even. So then all you got to do is start winding it up. And this is used line, so it's kind of twisted and everything. So you guys can see it. Basically, you just twist it, and it rolls it in there perfectly. So that's it, guys. So there's that one, which we already knew worked. Let me. All right. So here we are with this. This one should be easier, and I should be able to shove this right through here. Yep, see that? Comes right through, like so. And then we're just gonna line it up. Okay. I'm not sure what this has got in there. I don't know if it's titanium. I mean, it says it's some kind of metal. What does it say on there? It just says gator line, but I'm not sure what's in here. But it's pretty good stuff. I really like it. So okay, so trying to even this out here. That's probably close enough. So anyway, once we get it in there, we just start twisting it in, and it'll wind itself up pretty nicely. Get sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. But you know, when you're out doing a job or whatever, and you need to get your line on quick. This stuff is really, this makes it really easy. It lines it right up in there, all nice and straight. Okay, might have got that a little off kilter a little bit, but I've got my handy dandy thing here. Show that. Okay, simple enough there. These away. So anyway, yeah, so that's it. Said I've been meaning to do this video for a while, and like I said, I'll probably end up editing a lot of this out because I don't want to waste your guys' time. But anyway, there's a few tricks in here. So basically, if it falls out on you and it won't thread on there, try taking the spacer out, threading it on, and then undoing it, put the spacer back in, and then, well, and then we took it apart to make sure that green insert was seated as well, because I think it came loose when it dropped on the floor. Seat that, redo it all, and then put it back on. It should be fine. But yeah, that 70R just gave me a it was already put together and it would not thread on there, so I think maybe it got a little cross-threaded or something, but it doesn't take much. I mean, if just a little bit of that thread gets, you know, bent over it all, it won't go on there. So anyway, got it to go on, everything's good, and the 90R is all ready to go again. It's got some new line on it. Make sure I took off that. Yeah, and I was going to tell you guys too, I grabbed the screen I took out of both of these, because I take the spark arrestor screen out of them. I'm pretty sure I did my 70R too. Look here. Should have known if my 70R had one. Yeah, it does. Actually, I haven't taken it out of here yet, so maybe I'm going to do that real quick, because I don't know if you guys notice, sometimes the steel has a hard time starting and whatnot. So I'm going to move this over here. Now, inside over here where the exhaust is, there is a spark arrestor in here. And it's probably hard to see, but all it is a screen. You kind of probably see how dirty it is. But what that spark arrestor does is, if you live in a area where you got a lot of dry stuff or whatever, you probably want to keep it on there. But me, they kind of made this one kind of harder to get at. That's maybe why I didn't take this one off here yet. Well, they probably already figured out that everybody's taking these off, and they're probably making it harder to take off now. That would be my guess. Here's my little sprinkler. Screwdriver here. Okay, so there's a little screw in there holding it on there, and you can see just how dirty that is. And let me pop this screen out of here. I'm going to try and let you guys see me do this so you guys can see where it is. It's generally in here pretty good. But I think this makes this thing harder to start and whatnot. I was going to take this out of here too, honestly. Okay, so that's it. Mine's not too dirty. Got flies in here real bad. So yeah, mine's not too dirty, but yeah, it's just It's just a spark arrestor is all it is, and generally I just take mine out of here, and then I'll put the screw back in. Now there's a lot of guys on here that take their spark arrestor and they burn it off with a torch or whatever you guys want to do. That's cool, you know, that's cool, but I take mine off because I don't think I've ever seen one of these ever stop a fire. I don't know, it's possible, I guess. So get this in here and get it tightened up. Okay, all right, so it's back together. Screw that back in there, but yeah, basically that's what it is. It's just a little screen. It's supposed to stop sparks, but it for me it just makes the engine run hard to start. It clogs it up. It's just, that's what I do with those. I throw them in the garbage can. So anyway, so that's probably why this thing hasn't been starting easily. And then also, just remember, guys, I see everybody on social media saying, well, my trimmers won't start. It's a steel. Steels are no good. Well, they are good. I've been using them my whole life, but you know, they are a little harder to start, it seems like, in the heat. But take that spark arrestor out and use ethanol-free gasoline, the highest octane you can get. If you use that in all your two-stroke and four-stroke engines, even your mowers, guys, these small engines do not like ethanol. Get the ethanol-free, get the highest octane, pay the little, you know, it is more expensive. I mean, it's like where I'm at, it's like $5.69 a gallon. So you got that. But I also put it in my truck, and I noticed my truck pulls better, has more power, and I get more mileage. So putting it in there probably saves. I mean, it costs a little more, but it probably gives you more miles per gallon. You don't have to replace your equipment as much. It doesn't gum up your engines. So anyway, there's all that, right? So I'm gonna try and start this and see how easy it starts. Now that I took that screen off there, I totally forgot to take it off there. So let's see here. It'll fire up for me. Okay. Yeah, guys, seems to be running fine. So yeah, guys, seems to work fine. Put this one away. Now I'm going to pull the 91R out, and we'll see how. Make sure that's balanced good. I think if it wasn't in that spacer wasn't in that groove, I mean, it doesn't give you a whole lot. I mean, there's just a little tiny lip there, maybe 1/8 of an inch, and you got to make sure it's seated in there, and that's how it works good. So anyway, we're going to see Get the 91R out. Alright. Brush and things like that, because it just, this thing is literally a beast, man. This, yeah. Okay. Let's see what this one will do here. See what's wrong here. Might just need to prime it a little bit. I haven't had this one started in a little while because I don't use it as often. Okay. Yeah, guys. I got a little too much line here. Alright guys, so alright, so anyway guys, basically they both worked really well. I actually didn't even need to choke the 91R. It just it didn't want to be choked, and I think I mentioned that in one of my other videos. If it's warm outside or it's hot outside, try not to choke your engines. Sometimes they'll start right up. Basically, the 91 or the 71R, it or no, it's 70. Yeah, 70R. It wanted to be choked a little bit, but the other one, the 91, didn't want to be. So anyway, just play with them. Make sure you prime them a little bit. You don't have to always prime them, but if you haven't run them in a while, you always want to make sure you prime them a little bit. But anyway, yeah, so anyway, that was the speed feed head, and I probably couldn't have had any more problems. It was definitely a pain in the butt. So anyway, but that's why we make these videos, so hopefully it'll make it a little easier on you. I got flies in my trailer like crazy. It's that time of year, all of them are trying to find a place warm to get. So anyway, these kind of videos help you out. Make sure you like and subscribe, share with your other lawn care buddies. And then also I started a new Facebook group. Haven't had anybody join yet, but it's, you know, 0 members. So building groups and building YouTube channels is definitely a challenge. So anyway, guys, I invite you guys to go and check it out, join, and then as a group we can promote our YouTube channels, we can share our stories, and hopefully grow it to be a nice big group. So try to stay cool and have a great day, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.